Welcome to the Animation Station Podcast, your home for discussions and debates about all things animation. Each week, we'll rank, review, and revel in animated shows from yesterday and today, and from around the world. So grab your Acme slingshot, set your mobile suit to autopilot, and put on your mouse ears. The Animation Station Podcast begins now.
Oh,
That's good. That's smart.
A noble goal.
That's what we need.
I mean, I'm all for it. So, Josh, what'd you get at the ramen place?
I got the garlic tonkotsu, which is the Nikijo. I don't know. Garlic tonkotsu.
All right.
So garlic
ramen.
pork ramen.
Nice.
Delicious.
With 4 different types of garlic.
Dang straight.
4 different types of garlic?
Yeah, it has regular garlic.
Uh-huh.
It has fried garlic.
Okay.
It has black garlic oil.
Mm-hmm.
And then another
Sauteed, I
saute. Yeah, something like that.
Jeez.
They got garlic for days.
So I'm glad you're sitting way over there so I don't have your breath in my face.
Oh, no, I had a chocolate pecans.
But he's
that'll do it.
he's the only one that's safe from vampires tonight.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's going to be really good when we start sitting in there for D&D and
Mm-hmm.
it starts sweating and I'm just going to sweat out all the garlic. It's going to be great. I'll be like, all right, guys, roll for initiative.
Oh, God. No.
Amazing.
I'm out.
I got the
you're sitting next to me,
spicy
boy.
ramen, and it was awesome. It was nice and spicy. It had jalapenos floating in it. It was delicious.
I don't like the spicy ramen. There's no flavor to it. It's just spice.
Oh, I thought there was a
And
great
it's
flavor
just,
to it.
It's just bluff for me.
Your taste buds haven't grown up yet.
Apparently
Yeah,
not.
but
They're
you
little-
don't really
they're
go
little
for
baby.
spicy stuff usually, right?
Not particularly.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have put some sriracha in mine, but there was none on the table.
Right.
So,
Yeah, Corey here and I typically go towards spicy, so.
well, yeah,
Fire.
because he's the boot jalapia guy.
He's the, I eat every kind of pepper there is guy.
Pretty much.
And I know them all, and I rank them all, and I'm
I don't rank them. Okay?
a pepperologist.
He doesn't rank his babies.
I don't rank them, but another company does.
Okay, you rely on their stats.
Yes.
Awesome. So you were disappointed today, right?
Yes, I was.
Aw.
I got the curried ramen, and
I've never been a big fan of curry.
I was curious because it was ramen that had cheese.
That was
And
weird.
It threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
But overall, it tasted good.
It tasted
But
like curry.
The other ramens that I've had there were
Yeah.
significantly better.
Yeah, that's too bad. But man, that's my first time going there, and I was very pleased.
That chasudan, or whatever.
I think you said it right.
Is chasudan
Chasudan.
fantastic?
What is that exactly?
It's rice, marinated pork belly.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's got a black truffle oil, truffle mayonnaise, and and then their house special seasoning, like deliciousness that they marinated everything in, and it's so delicious.
Awesome.
You know, the thing that people asked you to try, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to look at my phone.
I ordered what I wanted.
Did you? All right. Well,
Yeah, but that's
I
still-
did have you tried the garlic fried rice.
I did try that.
What'd you
Yeah,
think?
because you spoke of it in terms saved for like scripture, and very.
And you were let down.
No. It was good. It was really good. Yeah, I like that they serve it to you in a skillet, so it's kind of got those crispy edges
Yeah.
to it. It was really good.
And you get to chop
So,
it up yourself.
yeah.
She was asking, "Do you want me to chop it?" No, I do not. I want to do it myself.
Yeah, I like to ask, do you want me to
Yeah.
prepare it? It's like, no.
Nah, I got this.
I can do this. I'm a big boy.
Mine's prepared with a blowtorch.
Really?
That's how they get the top of it all crispy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's why there was that one side that was ridiculously hot. Because when it set down in front of me, the side that I was on, I was like, oh, this is fine. So yeah, you want some? And then I went to grab it back, and I was like, oh my gosh! It's like,
And I was very confused
oh,
because I'm like, this was not hot at all.
exactly.
Man
It's
up.
like and then I was like, no, this is the good side.
Nice.
Oh, this side not good. This is the bad side.
Awesome. So yeah, ramen and then anime. It was a good.
It was a
good-
great. It was
good plan
it was
today.
a nice rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
which is
it was
perfect
a
for
rainy
anime
day. Yeah.
and ramen.
And an anime about
rainy days.
A kid that works at a ramen restaurant on every
a rainy
day
day.
is rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was very strange.
yeah,
It was great.
We played this day perfectly.
I had to make some calls, but I was able to make it
Good
work.
choice. Good
Yeah.
choice.
So
Good
you
choice.
used your one.
I used my one.
For this.
Nice.
Everybody gets one. I was like, yeah, can we do this? Like, what about world peace? And no, just make it rain
Yeah,
when we
need it
watch
to
a
rain
movie,
today.
please.
Mhm, yeah. Nice. All right, dude. Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Are y'all ready for this?
We're ready for this.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Welcome to the Animation Station podcast, episode 55.
Whew.
My name is Josh.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Corey.
Oh my gosh,
What
we
is
have
this?
a third
A third person.
in the room.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
I don't
three people.
have to do everything, Gavin.
No, I know, but I thought you were going. I thought you were going to continue with something, and you didn't. So I'll continue with something. Welcome, Corey.
So what we're going to be
Thank you very
doing
much.
now
Yeah.
is we're going to be introducing Corey.
Exactly. So Corey is he's kind of joining the crew here, and we're very excited to have you.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to have kind of some more perspectives to bring to the table, and you kind of have a penchant for movie music and
Yes.
soundtracks. So I think that's really cool. It's going to bring a lot of interesting opinions to some of our discussions where we mention the music, but
Yeah.
we don't have kind of a love and passion for the music like you do.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. So we got a story guy, an art guy, and a music guy. We got all bases covered. It's awesome.
But it's kind of to a fault. I will watch a terrible movie just to listen to the music.
Well, he'll watch a terrible movie just for the story, and I'll watch a terrible
Well, there
movie
you
just
go.
for the art. So it
Yeah.
all works.
It all works out.
Yeah.
Speaking of terrible movies, so Pinocchio is
Oh
coming
my
out.
gosh, you're the worst. You got
All
some
right.
news, dude?
We do have some news. Strap yourselves in. This is the Disney news section. 'cause
There's a
it's
lot
all
of news
Disney.
at Disney, yeah.
First off, Disney is no longer distributing Studio Ghibli movies.
That one surprised me.
I didn't know that was a thing.
GKIDS will now
They're picking up
start
the license.
distributing all of the movies.
Do we know yet if they're going to do like redubbings of the Buena Vista releases?
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we'll be able to like maybe have like a multi-disc, and I'll pay more for a multi-disc if I can have the different dubbings
Uh-huh.
of the different movies, because that would be fantastic.
I would almost think they won't, and they'll just do like new ones that come out. I don't know. Maybe they will.
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they would redub.
I doubt they.
Yeah, I think they would just be like, "Hey, here's these two," or they'll be like, "All right, here's the Buena Vista version, which you can buy, or here's the Disney version that you can buy,
Well, that is Disney. The Buena Vista
or
is
whatever,
Disney's.
whoever the previous one would have been."
Mm-hmm.
So, like for, except for two movies, two films,
Right.
Disney
Arrietty and-
still has not
The Wind.
Arrietty. It's When the Wind Rises,
Yeah.
or whatever, Wind Rises,
Yeah.
and then Grave of Fireflies.
Oh.
Those are the only two that Disney is keeping for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it's just they have a license that runs a certain length, and those were licensed more recently, so they can't get those yet. I don't know.
Possible. I don't know.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
it's weird.
Who knows?
So is this officially happening like right now? It's already happened, or is this soon?
From what I read, it's official.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And which makes sense because GKIDS has been like
They've
they're
been
really
coming on
heavy
strong.
on the Studio Ghibli stuff. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
doing the whole Studio Ghibli year pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Disney they wanted to bring specifically Miyazaki's films to the American audience and say, look, you guys, they're killing it over there. You guys need to be more aware of this stuff. We want to distribute it here. So they did that, and it was pretty influential on the American audience because I feel like there's a broader participation in the world of anime here, largely because Disney decided to distribute all those Studio Ghibli films. But I feel like at a certain point, it's like, okay, we're just selling other people's work. So I get why they would be like, okay, we've done our job. Now let somebody else take over. And this is a company that is all about anime. So I think they'll
Well,
probably do
they're
good
all about
stuff.
everything. GKIDS does everything.
No, I know, but they're really all in
yeah.
with anime, where Disney never really was. You know, they were really excited about
tried
Miyazaki,
once.
and yeah, they did what?
They tried once.
What
was it?
I would say they kind of tried with Big Hero 6.
Oh,
Because
a little bit.
it's
No.
I know, but it's stylized a very
bit.
specific way.
Yeah.
Not
That
like the
movie's
rest
awesome.
of the Disney movies that were coming out during that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So it just happens to be different and
Right.
look a little bit different than the other ones.
Yeah.
I know it's
Little bit.
definitely not like anything like Avatar or anything like that
Yeah,
where it's
right.
or Teen Titans where it's like meant to kind of look like an
Yeah.
anime.
Mm-hmm.
I get that now.
Yeah.
But they it's kind of like one of those like maybe they tried. Maybe
Yeah.
they tried. More from Disney.
Uh-huh.
A sequel for Big Hero 6?
No,
Hero 7?
we're getting a TV show. So Disney is leaving Netflix to start their own streaming
Wow.
service in
Yeah.
2019.
This is a risky move, I think.
And other news, Josh doesn't care.
I'm not liking it.
that's I think that's the point. I don't know that there are enough people that would actually participate in this service. We were talking about it on our way to the ramen joint earlier. I feel like most of the Disney fans own all the Disney things that they would potentially watch on this streaming service. So, like for me, there would be nothing for me to stream. I would just reach over on my shelf and watch what I want because I have pretty much every Disney thing I want to watch.
There is an argument for that, though.
Yeah.
My wife, I guarantee she will want this.
Okay.
Like, she has Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
That's her favorite Disney movie.
Uh-huh.
But I guarantee if it's on TV, she's going to watch it. Even though we have it on DVD, she will never watch it again.
But it's not that it's on TV.
yeah.
It's that you're subscribing to a specific service.
Yes, but she will still watch it on that over getting up, putting the DVD in. Netflix just picked up the Matrix trilogy.
But they're
and
going to
she's doing
make
the exact same thing
people
with that right
start
now.
to make choices. So, like right now, we have at our house, we have Netflix and Hulu. If I was going to get the Disney service, I'd have to drop one of the other two.
Well, it depends on
And
the
I'm-
price.
I'm
We don't know
not doing
price.
that.
If they make
Come
it like
on.
$5 a month.
That's not bad.
Still, no, I mean it's not bad, but you start adding up all your services. I mean the whole reason we're on Netflix and Hulu and Prime is because that's exponentially cheaper than paying for an actual TV, cable, or satellite package. That stuff's a racket. It's a ripoff. And the reason we're doing that is because of that reason. So if they just keep adding service after service after service, like they nickel and dime you, so it all adds up. You pay $7.99 for Netflix and $8.99 for Hulu and $5.99 for Disney. Your bill starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I don't know. For me, I'm out on this. I don't think this is a smart move for them. I think they should have continued with Netflix, and they should have found ways to put more of their content on Netflix. They could have made the money work, I think, and I'm out. I'm out on this.
It kind of gives them a bad look in my eyes because this year they just put like all their Disney stuff on, or a good chunk of their Disney stuff on Netflix.
Right.
And now they're backing out.
Well, they put their new
Marvel.
releases on
Yeah.
there, and then they put like old sequels. Like there's hardly any actual real Disney movies on there.
Well, now here's the thing. With this streaming service, if they're like, okay, the thing that people have been wanting for a long time, a way to watch all of these older Disney shows, we're going to go ahead and pop those on there for you.
Yeah,
If they
that'd be
decide there's no more vault,
That's what I was going to say.
then we put everything that's in the vault on the streaming, maybe touch it up a little bit HD wise. I would pay for that because then I don't have to buy, all those other movies when they come out.
Right.
Because I
And
mean,
that's
like
the thing.
I'll watch, like The Rescuers, but I'm not gonna go out and buy The Rescuers.
Yeah.
I don't care
You don't
about
need
that.
to. I own it.
That's fine. I'm not gonna go out and buy Sword in the Stone, but I'll watch Sword in the Stone. Like these movies, like I'm not gonna go out to
Right.
purchase. So instead of spending $20, if I spend like $10 a month,
Yeah.
am able to watch. We'll just say I watch 2 every week. I mean, there's 8
That's
there.
a conservative estimate right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's like 2 every week. I've watched them all. Like I've already made my money back plenty.
Yeah. Well,
And
see,
especially
think
if I can go in and watch all these other shows, like maybe they put DuckTales on there. Maybe they put Gargoyles on there. Maybe they put Kim Possible on there. We don't really, maybe they can pull out from, well, no, I guess Hulu has Gravity Falls and Star.
Yeah.
But just
They
put
could still-
they can pull
we're
it
done
out of
with
there.
Hulu
Who
also.
cares?
Yeah.
And like just put everything on here. That would be cool. Watch Newsies on there.
Well, I think you hit the two key points there. They have to change their entire media release philosophy and get rid of the vault. So, I mean, that's been in place for generations.
I would still have the vault there for physical media, but for digital, I would
At that point,
still
it
be
doesn't
like,
make any
boom.
sense, though. They have to just change that. They just have to say
I
nothing's
mean, it still
in the
makes
vault.
sense because I mean, you can still do it to where it's like, all right, this month you'll be able to watch this movie from the vault. This month, this movie from the vault.
Yeah.
Something like that, so where you still keep it kind of, or they'll give you a selection of 5 movies from the vault each month, and so that way they still have that exclusivity, and people can still watch those. And then if they're smart, 2 months down the road, they'll be like, oh, hey, by the way, you can buy this now. And people are like, I like that, watching that. I really like watching The Great Mouse Detective. I think I'd like to watch it again. They're going to go buy it.
See, I think that takes the value out. I think they have to abandon the vault. If this is going to actually maintain actual value, they have to make their entire catalog available. And it includes the other good point you made. They need to have Disney television shows available.
Which Disney does
They
not have
need to have
Jack out.
freaking Rescue Rangers. They need to have Kim Possible. Like all their big
Super
hits.
Robot Monkey Team,
They
Hyperforce
need to
Go.
have
Yeah.
on this service, or else it's not worth it. I can't imagine myself subscribing, personally.
Yeah.
As
Well,
a
we
Disney
have 2 years to
fanboy.
figure out what their whole plan is.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got time.
Maybe they'll talk to us.
I'm sure they'll be polling their audiences.
If they start pulling from everything,
Mm-hmm.
like if they pull from Netflix, they pull from Hulu, they pull from Amazon, and they just pull everything off of all. Well, they probably won't pull from Amazon because you can buy stuff on Amazon,
Right.
so they probably won't pull from there.
They'll probably have the rental stuff.
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly. Like
Right.
they'll have all that. But if they pull from those, it's like, and you want to watch something that's in the vault, what are you gonna do? Mm-hmm. That's your solution.
Yeah.
Just make
Who
a streaming
knows?
service the new
We'll-
vault.
we'll see.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see how this works. It's going to be interesting. I don't like it, but that's just me.
We also, from Disney, had some more news on Disney's Disney Junior's Doc McStuffins.
I think it's on Junior, yeah.
Doc McStuffins, they featured an episode with an interracial lesbian couple voiced by Wanda Sykes and Portia de Rossi.
DeRossi, yeah.
Huh.
De Rossi. So this is, like, I mean, because Star's done some stuff. Gravity Falls kind of did some stuff a little bit. And then we had, I guess, LeFou was
In
possibly
the
gay in
live-action
Beauty and the
movie?
Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Something like that.
That's what I heard.
But this is like the first time that Disney's prominently featured a LGBTQ couple on an actual Disney property,
Right.
Which is pretty
so
cool.
they were a
Yep.
main part of that storyline?
Yeah, they were
Oh,
that
that's cool.
storyline.
They were the-
That's cool.
That was the storyline. There's an earthquake going on, and they come together and they've got their kids, and they're like, oh no, what do we do? And then they go to Doc McStuffins, and Doc McStuffins is like, all right, we're gonna help you create a preparedness kit in case of earthquakes. So they
Nice.
create a preparedness kit, and then everybody hugs at the end, and it's like,
Nice.
oh, cute. So yeah, they're the focal point of the episode.
That's really cool. That's awesome. Way to go. Kudos to the Doc McStuffins staff.
They done good.
They
They're
done
done
good.
good.
DuckTales was this weekend.
Uh-huh. Today.
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Had the 24-hour live event.
Yeah. The replay.
The replay
of
every
the premiere
hour.
episode. Yeah.
I caught none of it.
Yeah. None of us have the right station,
Yeah,
right?
unfortunately, we
Yeah.
didn't have the right station.
Oh, well.
You're going to watch it.
I mean, honestly, you know me. I probably wasn't going to watch the TV show
But
anyway.
David Tennant.
I don't have any special like of David Tennant.
It had,
You know I'm not a Whovian.
What about a Jessica Jonesian?
I never watched that either. Yeah. Sorry.
what about Hamlet?
What about Hamlet?
He's the Royal Shakespearean Theatre's Hamlet.
Oh, so have been 1,000 British actors.
Yeah, but he was
He's
They weren't David Tennant.
They were not David Tennant.
Eh,
They didn't get to
I'm
wear a
happy
cool
for
skull
you,
T-shirt
Tennant
when
heads.
they performed Hamlet.
what was it? The rock and roll version?
Kinda.
Yeah.
But not really. It was like, it's Hamlet, so they did the full Shakespearean dialogue, but it was like modern-ish,
Oh, okay,
modern-ish
gotcha. Okay.
dress.
Right.
So it was pretty cool.
Sweet.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. What are they up to now?
24 million.
Awesome.
No, last thing I saw was 26.
I mean, if you want,
Oh,
go ahead.
man.
Here, I'll
Go
look
ahead.
it up.
Go ahead.
Vamp, Josh.
Prove
Vamp.
me wrong.
I'm gonna guess 27
That's when I did
million.
these notes. Was 24 million yesterday. But vamping wise, so Corey, how's it going?
It's going. It's
Going good. Going good. Do you want to tell? You have dogs, right?
I do have dogs.
You have dogs. You have a Tor beer,
Tour beers.
and I remember it. Dog.
Not
Doge.
dog.
Is it Doge?
Not Doge. No.
Oh.
Nar.
Nar. That's right.
Yeah. Tour beer from my D&D game,
Yep.
and then Nar from League of Legends.
Nice. So now, what do you normally like? What's your preferred animation of choice? Like, are you like anime? Are you Disney cartoons? What's your?
My personal favorite is anime.
I stand corrected. It's
Oh
24
yeah,
million.
that's right. Suck it, Gavin. Wish I had the sound more like. "Bow, bow, bow, bow." Like
That's funny. In any case, a crap ton of views
Exactly.
already.
Yes.
So for it being out just over a week.
well, it was at 16 million when we talked about it last week, so it's got 9 million views in a week.
oh my gosh, that's so crazy and cool. I'm happy for those guys.
Absolutely.
They were lovely people, and we were so excited to have them on the show. We were one of the people that got them early. Now they've
We're
been
number one.
featured by Ellen, and they were featured on BuzzFeed and
Ashton Kutcher, George
the
Takei.
Nerdist. I mean, everybody's like featuring them. I wanted to
up.
give a shout out to our friends over at the Podcateers. They shouted us out.
Thank
Gave
you,
us credit for
Podcateers.
introducing
Thank you,
them
Hasten.
to the short film. They watched it, they loved it, and continued to shout it out. It's very out everywhere. So
Nice.
yeah,
My wife was mad at me whenever I showed it to her.
why?
You knew I was going to cry.
Has already had me do 2 art projects based on it, and she's having me design a tattoo for her wrist of the heart.
Awesome.
So she's obsessed.
She's got the stickers on her car.
She's got the stickers on the back of her car already.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And she's got 2 shirts already. She's bought everything from their Redbubble store.
Yeah.
Everything.
Josh Calhoun, in my tax department, he went and bought the blue shirt,
Oh, nice.
and I was like, "Dude, you should have got the white one."
I like the blue one.
I don't know. I like
it's
the white
cool.
one. It looks cleaner.
Yeah. I
It just
see that.
yeah. It just looks. It kind of makes it pop a little bit more.
Okay.
Like the
I like
silhouette.
the pink heart against the blue, though.
Okay,
think
yeah,
it
I can
looks
see that.
Really cool. Anyway, what else
And
you
then
got?
our last bit of news: Your Name, Kimi no
Yes.
Nawa.
Mm-hmm.
Funimation is releasing the pre-orders starting August 15th.
Finally.
On August 15th, pre-order as fast as you can because I'm going to buy all of them.
Yeah. Is that Tuesday?
That
Wednesday?
is-
Today's the 12th. Monday's
Don't
the
say
14th.
that.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
You're
It'll
breaking
be,
the illusion.
It'll be
This
Tuesday.
is
There's no
Monday,
illusion.
Gavin.
Nobody thinks we record and then immediately release.
Came out yesterday.
We're a live show. You're listening to us live.
Yeah.
Look, I'm holding up today's newspaper.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe they did that.
I know, right?
And they won the game.
Sports.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That was a good bit
That's
of
all I got.
news. That was
All
some
right,
more news than
so
we usually do.
Gavin, where can everybody find?
We're not there yet.
And we have a special episode coming out on Friday
Yep.
with Tony Simonetta.
The great
From
Tony Simonetta.
The great Tony Simonetta, the Disney freelance artist and Rooster Teeth graphic designer.
head of consumer products for Rooster Teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did not create the bum cheese shirt, which kind of made me sad.
Well, he creates great things, and we were excited to interview him. And yeah, look for that on Friday.
And hopefully we'll get him back again to talk about.
Stuff like Doc McStuffins. That's
All right.
hilarious.
So,
Cool.
Gavin, do you want to tell everybody what we watched?
Yeah. So speaking of Your Name, he did everything on this movie. He wrote, he directed, he was the key animator. This was his baby. It's a movie called Garden of Words. I use the term movie loosely as it's very short. It's only 46 minutes, which a lot of people would consider just a short film. But
it's weird because it does fit that short film kind of like not genre, like that
style of storytelling
yeah.
because
it's very
and there's low dialogue.
Yeah,
there's very little dialogue, so it does kind of fall in between. But yeah, I might actually call it more of a short film than an actual movie. But it's from 2013, and in some of the things I read about it, it was kind of the goal he had. It was his first attempt at writing a love story, and I mean it's kind of what this is. It's kind of a different take on a love story, and you don't actually know if it's going to work out totally. Like, I think they leave it really open-ended.
Yeah, definitely.
But you know, I mean, if his thing is love stories, then I think we can all agree he kind of nailed it when he got to Your Name.
Yeah. When does the meteor strike in Your Name? Is it 2014?
What year?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's in the past because they're 3 years apart.
Yeah, so this was 2017, so it would have been 2000.
Yeah, but I think when the movie came out in Japan, it was 2016. So
Yeah, but I mean, the year was, I think, was either 2017 or 2018.
maybe
in
that's
the movie.
right. Oh,
Because
okay.
I'm
Was
just
he
told by
in the future then for the
yeah,
audience?
he was in the
at
future.
time?
The audience is
Oh,
in the future when we're
Yeah.
with Taki.
Okay, I got you. But next year they'll be in the present. And then
Well,
the year
I mean,
after that, they'll be in the
I
past.
only make because it's like because that happens in like because he reads that letter in 2014, and it's like she goes back to Your Name Village,
right.
Yeah.
and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh no.
I wonder how that works.
Yeah,
oh
it's
no,
fascinating.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
So it seems like he likes stories where the protagonists are kind of separated by time or age.
Yeah.
Because this one, there's a big age gap. I
definitely.
mean, we're talking about a main character who's 15 in high school, and the other main character, the female, is 27 and is a high school teacher.
yeah,
So we're kind of,
It's-
skirting on some issues here,
Yeah.
and part of the story is that she's kind of being blamed for maybe inappropriateness and is being forced to resign and like leave in shame, basically. So I think it's a weird premise to build around as far as just a love story where you've got very little time to, tell it and see it develop. But how do you guys think they handled the story? Do you think did the story work for you guys?
For me, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was definitely something to get used to. I didn't expect for it to be that type of story, like the big age gap. Mm-hmm. But also, it bugged me how oblivious he was.
About
Her.
okay.
Not even knowing that she was a teacher.
Oh,
At his
yeah.
school.
I would imagine because
Well,
I was
they
thinking back to my
kind
high
of do a little bit of explaining with that because he is extremely busy.
Yeah.
and he uses all of his skip days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He uses all of his skip days. He works. So I mean, it's kind of like I guess kinda.
He was like
And she's also like the third year teacher.
Fair
So
enough.
right.
But news travels in schools.
I guess
Every other student knew about it. His friends knew about it.
Yeah, his friends didn't know about it.
Yeah, but again, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
He reminds me of my wife. She basically went into high school and found out what was the maximum number of days you could miss without getting in trouble, and she missed that number of days. Like, she used all of her possible absences, and she did it on purpose. She didn't want to be there.
Dang it! I wish I would have done that.
Yeah, so
Smart.
Been
Yeah.
there, done that. It backfired.
she got called. I think she got called into her counselor's office once, and they were like, "So you've missed a lot. Like, what's going on?" And
Her
she's
school
like,
had a
"Have I missed?
counselor?
Have I broken the limit? Like, have I missed too many days?" And they're like, "No." She's like, "Then what's the problem? I'm out." So
Like a boss.
yeah, so that's kind of what he was doing. He was just doing his own thing, drawing shoes.
Yep.
How many 15-year-olds are out there drawing shoe designs, like literal shoe construction designs?
I'm thinking a handful, and they're going to grow up to be the premier
Right.
shoe designer.
Yeah.
Right.
In like a decade.
Yeah.
That's like how many people are out drawing clothes? How many people are out designing
Yeah.
toys?
I feel
How
like a
many
lot
people-
more people are out there drawing clothes.
drawing clothes. Yeah, but what about like creating toys?
Yeah, that's true.
Thinking about how to make a new piano. Like, there's nobody doing that.
Right.
'Cause,
That's what we need. We need a new piano.
We do need a new piano because I mean, like, it's one of those things like when you think shoes, you're like, oh, well, it's a shoe. Like, we've had the same design for years. It's shoe.
Right.
So
It's designed around our feet, so you really can't
Yeah.
change the design. too
exactly.
much.
Yeah.
It's like,
Why is it sideways?
What a weird shoe.
All right, so the story, you guys said it worked for you guys. It worked okay for me. I kept thinking it was going one way, and then it went another, and then I thought it was going one way, and then it went another, and it didn't seem to really flow that well for me. But I got to tell you, part of what drew me out of this movie was the voice acting.
Yes.
I did not care for the voice acting.
Yeah, there was a mistake to watch it dubbed.
Yes, I think it would be significantly better subbed.
Yeah, it sounded like a 30-year-old trying to be like, "Oh, I'm a high schooler," and like his surfer dude friend is like, "Dude, you like missed school, man." It's like, what is this?
Well, that's Blake
They
Shepard,
were
and
trying
Blake
to-
Shepard is usually a really good voice actor.
I just didn't get the direction they were taking here. It just sounded like they were trying to be. I mean, the story is a bit melodramatic, but their acting was hyper melodramatic, and it just didn't work for me.
Yeah, this is one of the few times where I'm like, should have watched the sub.
Yeah, if I watch
You
it again,
won't hear me say that a lot.
Yeah, if we watch it again, I'll definitely watch it.
I'll
subbed.
probably end up watching it tonight.
Yeah, I'll
So,
probably watch it tonight subbed.
Oh, well, I'm going to watch it tonight too, so.
Do you want to watch it with me, Gavin?
I mean, it is only 46 minutes. It's not a big
It's not like
investment.
super long.
Yeah.
We can
Which-
watch it before D&D.
Which is weird because Japan usually puts out the 2-hour or 2-hour plus animated movies.
Yeah.
So this was super short for them. So, all right, we want to move on to something else. We want to talk about the artwork.
Well, I mean, if we can stay a little bit back in the story.
Okay.
I kind of disagreeing with you a little bit. I did like the story. I thought it flowed well. We saw a passage of time. And again, it's 46 minutes, so I mean they can't fit, and it spans
over a year.
So I mean, like,
Go
you're not
through
going to get a
many
lot.
seasons.
They did a few montages where they indicate the
And
passage of time.
I thought the montages, indicating, I thought those were good. And I like the confrontation that we do have at the end.
I actually did like
Yes.
that. I mean,
the
his teenage
confrontation.
overreaction was a little
Yeah.
much, but I did like in the end. It's still a little weird because that boy's too young. Just saying.
But they don't.
Yeah, they don't do anything.
She still moves away.
Yeah.
She helped, I guess she kind of helps him. Well, actually, did she help him at all?
He said so. He said that near the end that she helped him walk, basically.
And
Find his own path.
and he
Yeah,
helped
that's right.
her in order,
To get
be able
over
to
it.
get
To be able to
through.
stand alone, yeah.
Yeah. To be able
put
to
down the
go,
beer and chocolate.
go on. Exactly.
A massive chocolate addiction.
Yeah.
She's an alcoholic and
basically
she has
lived on-
diabetes.
Oh, they don't really explain it in the movie, but I read the synopsis online, and I think it was in the Wikipedia article that I read. Apparently, that character has stress-induced loss of taste. So it's literally a part of her character that she can't taste anything. That's why she's always drinking liquor and eating, chocolate, because they're the only things that she can
And
taste.
they brought that up in the movie. Whenever she was
They
on the phone
mention it,
talking
yeah.
to
She's
her
like,
ex.
it's the only thing I haven't tasted anything in a while, but they don't really explain what it is. But apparently, that's what it is.
And that
So
would explain why she was a terrible cook.
right, because
Yeah,
you can't taste
she can't
it.
taste it,
Exactly, you have to be able to taste what you're cooking. So, lesson for all you chefs out
I
there.
thought it was a. Oh yeah, he's a chef.
I know.
I thought it was a cute little story because I mean, like, it is a love, kind of like an unobtainable love. So it's very unrequited because he's definitely. Sorry, but yeah, because I mean he likes her, and you can kind of see that she kind of starts to have some sort of feeling for him, whether that is in a
I think it's more...
like a friend love, child like family love. I didn't really get anything like a sexual
I didn't get a sexual
appetite
feeling
from
from
her or even him really because
Well,
he
what I
loves
think
her,
it was-
but I don't know if that's if his love is a romantic love or he just loves her because
well, I
she
think
helped
he
him.
had a bit of a mommy complex because
Yeah.
they indicate the
They
trauma
indicate-
that is their family life, which is their mom always running off
With
and
younger
the big
guys.
brother says she's
gross.
dating guys our age.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a absent mother thing going on there. So a lot of times in those cases, men will go for somebody who reminds them of their mother, which includes being older. And so
he does have this thing about making women choose.
Yep.
And
that also explains the massive breakdown that he had at the end.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's kind of interesting, all those psychological things coming together and playing in that same stew of a story. So I mean, all that made sense to me. I wanted to actually hear the development of their relationship. I wanted more dialogue. Yeah. I didn't like that there wasn't very much dialogue between them. We're just assuming after
there's dialogue between them. There's dialogue. When they do those montages, we don't hear the dialogue.
That's the
problem. But they
problem.
are talking to each other.
I know.
I did like the scene.
This is like
in
I
the
feel
house.
like we're kind of switching our usual roles. Where I want more story in this case,
and I was
you're
good
like,
with the story.
I'm good. That's really weird.
Well, it's one of those read between the lines type stories, and that's what I was doing. I was able to read between those because and there's that scene when they're having
you speak anime.
Exactly, I speak it. I speak the true. What? But when they're having dinner, like where they're eating lunch or whatever, I like that there's no dialogue between them. They're talking. There's no dialogue, but you hear all the subtle little, like the plates being set down. Yeah. I thought it was a stylistic choice, and I dug it. I thought it was really cool because you could hear chopsticks on plate, you could hear stuff being set down and everything, and they're just ba 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 ba, but we hear none of that. I thought that was really cool. I like that a lot.
I thought that was cool
different.
Too. I liked it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And get that omelette au rice.
For a 46-minute movie, like that fit. I thought.
Yeah, I agree. I wish it was more of a 90-minute movie.
I would have loved for it to be a 90-minute movie.
It would have made a lot more sense, I think. But for how short it was, it's a very deep movie.
I didn't find anything in the stuff that I looked up that indicated why it was so short. Have you guys come across anything that explained that?
I couldn't.
So I would almost assume that it's either budget or this is just how he wanted it.
I'm pretty sure that's how he wanted this, since he was attached to every single thing for making.
And I mean, it could have been budget,
but that's the thing. He may not have had, because he had to do everything. He may not have just had the physical resources. They produced this movie in 6 months. That is a fast turnaround for an animated movie, especially one with this much going on artistically and
we just need to
musically and all of that.
We just need to try and get in touch with him and have him on the show and ask him.
Yeah. Like, dear Mr. Shinkai.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and now. Sorry, now that I'm done ranting, ready to go into the art.
Yeah, we'll talk about the artwork next.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean,
from the opening scene where it's just like the river with the raindrops, I was like, dang.
Yeah. They really challenged themselves here. I mean, or they picked a challenging, setting, which is basically inside of a rainstorm for 46 minutes. Yeah. And animating rain is something that the Japanese studios have mastered.
They got rain and they got water.
Yeah. Rain and water they're doing some great things. Now, this movie is a 2D movie, but they're using tons of CG in it. And again, they're doing it so masterfully with texture and with, line work that, it doesn't jump out as, oh, well, clearly that element is CG and that element was drawn by hand. They do a great job of marrying those technologies, just like so many others we've talked about. And this one was no exception. I was able to, spot the elements that, were clearly created in a computer. But even in doing so, I was appreciating at the same time, man, they did a great job of maintaining consistent style throughout with every element in these environments. And like so many Japanese animated films, the environments are so detailed and realistic. And I'm always fascinated how all of these Japanese animated films that I watch are rooted in reality. They're all, in an actual city. Even if there's fantasy elements like A Boy and the Beast, you felt like, but this happened kind of in an actual city. This could happen to me if I lived there. I could walk down that alley and find the realm of monsters or whatever it was, and then that could spill over into our reality. And so it's really fascinating. They don't do, as far as I ever see, they just don't do things that are purely fantastical, like, Aladdin, or, anthropomorphic things like Zootopia. and I find that fascinating. But what that has done is it's built this tradition of animated background art that is just incredible.
Top of the line, pretty much.
It's so good. Like all those cityscape shots of the trains and the shots down the street where you see all the street lights.
Yeah, I thought this city was a lot better than Your Name, because with Your Name, we have our main focus is the two characters,
right,
and their story. The main focus is the scenery.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I thought that this movie, you're actually able to see the city more, and the city looks real. The city looks lived in. There's some bits of trash on the floor, like there's scuff marks. You get to see in puddles. There's a lot of reflection in puddles, the stuff that I was looking for. So I'm like, when the subway goes by, I'm like, there's got to be a puddle. Yep, there it is. There's a puddle.
Or the
reflection
little
in the puddle.
skeeter bugs on top of the water when it starts raining.
There's always, again, when they're in the subway, you've got a little bit of that steam coming off. I thought this was a little bit better than Your Name. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Your Name.
Right.
I mean, Your Name has fantastic scenery, but I just thought this, from a city, this is probably the best animated city I've seen. That makes it look so real.
It's really, really well done.
And they even had raindrops, like, getting to the edges and dripping off and stuff on the buildings. Like, you don't see that in other movies.
That attention to detail is ridiculous. And so appreciate. I think everybody in this room appreciates that level of detail. It's really incredible. Now,
I also love when he opened up his umbrella and he had the clear umbrella.
The clear umbrella. It's a cool
you
choice.
can see through it, but it's just a tad distorted, like a clear, like
really
plastic.
impressive.
I was like, that was really good.
Good detail.
My favorite scene, though, visually, is one that they played multiple times, and it's the tree with the low-hanging branch.
Oh yeah,
that just kind of dips into the
all
water.
All green, that vibrant. It just
and you have
rained
a reflection
green
in the top left.
Yeah,
and then whenever it showed winter, and it was the exact same thing, but like for some reason, like I want that as my background on my computer.
It was
I
really
like
good.
stuff like that.
I also like on her patio where she's got her dead plants.
Yeah.
But the water has
pooled up inside the pots.
I thought that was cool.
Yep.
Again,
she's got the little bitty, and like the attention to detail is like, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bitty couple dead leaves around the planter as well, just cause. And I'm like, God, so good.
It's just replete with detail, and again, it's just another masterful handling of environments. So let's move on to the character design. I feel like the characters are really well designed in this. The two main characters are really good. I think they both look great. I thought she was very beautiful and graceful. I thought he was well designed. He looked like a high schooler.
Akazuki.
And is that his name?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what his name was. I thought the side characters around them were all decent. Like, I didn't feel like I was confused at who was who. They all looked different, but they all looked like they belonged to the same world. So I always appreciate that.
Except for the bullies.
Only problem,
They were like, I was like,
you
are
had
you
the
guys
big
in...
one, and then
well,
you had
they're also
the two side
they're
ones
also
kind of
third years too.
Yeah.
So it's like, but
the
they
two girls
were
looked
big.
the exact same.
But that was a clique, and we all know cliques. They all
kinda-
dress
all right,
alike, and
fair
they all
enough.
want the same look. So that kind of makes sense to me because
get that.
that was all very high schooly. My only issue with the characters, and this is where we get into animation, I didn't think they moved really well. When we get to Your Name, and like there's that moment when she's running and she takes that tumble down that hill, that is some of the best, most amazing human anatomy in motion kind of animation.
Well, we only have one scene like that. The rest of the time they're walking.
Yeah, and
we
their
have
walking
we
looks
have
bad.
We have that one scene where she's running. I thought that was good when she's
That
running
was
down the stairs.
Best bit. That was the best
and then
bit.
she falls, and I'm like, I thought that was really good.
The only time they were walking that it looked good was when they were zoomed in just on their shoes, and that's literally all you could see is the steps that they were making across that little wood footbridge.
And of course, the sound was perfect.
When it was in snow, across the snow. Other than that, anytime they were on their feet and moving, it wasn't quite there yet. You could see
they
that
also
he
do that.
Still needed some work.
Well,
on
they
his
also do that
animation.
anime thing where they'll convene, instead of having to do footsteps and draw leg motions, they'll do that thing where, we're only going to show them waist up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like there'll be
or
something in the
you'll
way.
hear his footsteps, and then you'll only see him step into the room in the last two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. That happens a lot. They'll conveniently be a guardrail so they don't have to animate feet moving. That's and that happens.
That's in any
there's a
animation,
bicycle
really.
and they're walking and the bicycle wheels just happen to be covering their legs.
They did that.
That happens a lot
too. The desks.
The desk. Yeah, so like when he's like pushing his way through, there's like we saw his feet just for a second, and then it's like no, we don't have to see his feet.
Right. Yeah.
And I think the worst part for me was whenever he got punched. The animation wise, that just looked awful.
It was not good.
So the action in it isn't great. I think that one scene when she's running down the stairs and she takes that little fall and gets up, that had some real dynamic motion to it. But otherwise, this is really just about the environment, which is almost a character in itself, and the story. Yeah. And it's not about a lot of action.
Rain is the third character.
It really is.
We have Yukino, Akatsuki, and Rain. Those are the three main characters.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, I think that kind of covers the art.
Yeah. I mean, music wise, did anybody catch any music?
The piano. It's beautiful.
For like his style with the piano, I love it. Whatever whoever he's getting to compose it is amazing.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the piano in this, like, because pretty much all it was just a piano score,
just
right?
piano.
For the most
were there
part,
other
yes.
instruments?
Yes, in one scene, the long montage throughout the seasons, there was more than just piano, I believe.
Okay,
and it kind of threw it off a little bit. I thought. But overall, it still just sounds absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that they then put a vocal track at the end.
It
didn't fit. Kind of jumped out, and it was like, oh, this doesn't really fit. And it was a song from 1988. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the copyright thing. I was
that
like,
they re-recorded for this movie, and it sounded very 80s, and it sounded like something, I don't know, like Billy Ocean would have done.
It was really weird because like we're watching it dubbed, so it's all in English, and then you hear boom. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was not expecting anything like that.
Yeah.
But overall, I still really enjoyed the music a lot.
Did you like it as much as the Your Name soundtrack?
No.
Because that one was dynamite.
My alarm clock on my phone is the piano from Your Name.
Is it?
It's been like that ever since I watched the movie.
Beautiful score.
And
I need to get it.
So, like, that's what I was going to come. I went in with expectations of something similar to that, and it was close.
Similar, yeah.
But
I think
it didn't reach that level.
Yeah, I think like the movie itself, it's kind of shorter. There's less instrumentation. It's just I feel like it's a smaller budget production in general.
Yeah.
What they did with it was phenomenal. So yeah, I feel like a lot of the Japanese films are more piano driven in their soundtracks. Which I hear a lot more piano. I do too. I mean, that's my favorite instrument, and I thought it was great. I liked it. What did you think, Josh? Did you even hear the music?
Not particularly.
There was music.
It's so funny.
That's why I was like, when I was like, what'd you guys think of the music? I was like, was there music? I'm sure there was something.
It's a good thing you didn't lead with like, so how about that saxophone, huh? We'd be like, dude.
Did you guys like that cool cello solo that they did?
It was intense.
That's hilarious.
It's like, oh wait, that was Angel. My bad. Oops.
That's funny. Yeah. So I mean, I think in all three main areas, this is a quality show.
Biggest thing though, it needed to be longer.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, and that's always a good sign. If you leave your audience wanting more, you know you did at least something that they want to see.
Yeah.
So, want to rate it?
What did everybody think?
Dude, okay, wait. Corey's got to come up with a rating scale.
So I do Dippers.
I do Jiminy Crickets.
Do you want to do Durgans?
I did Durgans last time.
Durgans.
You did Durgans. And what are Durgans again?
Dragons.
They're just Durgans.
Durgans. Got it. Got
like
it.
Durgans and Gerblins.
Yep. Okay, got it. All right, yeah, you can keep that. It's your scale, man. You do whatever
got my
you
Durgans.
want. All right, so you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I do halves. You can do halves if you want.
Don't do halves.
That makes it a
do
lot
whole
easier.
numbers.
Nah, don't do halves. Halves are for wussies.
For me, because of some of the animation problems I had with it and because of the short length, I'm putting this at a 3.5.
Okay.
I'm going to give this 4 Dipper Pines.
Nice.
4.
Okay. I'll go ahead and implement your
half
halves.
system. I like it.
I'm going to go 2.5.
Okay.
Ooh,
nice.
2.5.
All right.
It was not my favorite, but I still enjoyed it a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
But the 46-minute runtime irritated me,
Yeah.
and
I think we all wanted more.
Well, here's the
right?
thing. Well, what'll happen is we'll watch it subbed, and then we'll come back next week. It'll probably move up.
That very well could change it.
Yeah, that might.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Because I was noticing lip flaps weren't matching up, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, again,
Sentai.
the voice acting was not great. So this is a
It had
weird
Brittany
example.
Karbowski in it for like 3 seconds.
This is a weird example of a movie that was then followed by a manga. So they made the movie.
It's not a weird example. That happens a lot.
Oh, I thought it was almost always
No.
the other way around.
No. Not for
I
movies.
retract my
Yeah.
statement.
Not for movies. Movies, it's like the novel and the manga come after the movie because people want more.
Okay, I thought
And
that
you
was
can
more
fit
of an
more.
anomaly.
Oh, no. That happens a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the manga has more.
Very possible.
Yeah.
No, it's just
46 pages.
It's 46 pages, and you're just like, okay.
Sweet.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
I'm
broke
done.
you.
No, I'm
That
done.
was it?
That was it. I had a cool factoid that was
That's not
non-factoidal.
a factoid. All right, so for the top 5, we're going to do something a little bit different.
We're gonna grill Corey.
We're going to grill Corey. We're going to do your top 5 anime movies.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Number 5.
and we'll tell you if you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're telling me if I'm right? Okay.
So wait, before we start, when you think of animation, is that where you go first? Is anime movies? Like, is that your kind of wheelhouse?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah. You also do a lot of series, though, right?
Yes, a lot of series.
Okay, cool.
But movies tend to kind of draw me in more, and I get more like feels and emotion out of it.
Better soundtracks too, I bet.
Definitely.
All right, cool.
For the most part, yes.
Cool.
There's
Well,
some series where I'm just like, oh my god, it's so good.
I know Josh is totally pumped to have somebody on the crew that's a little more well versed in anime than I am.
And we can talk series.
Totally. All right, dude, lay it on us. We always go 5 up to 1. Cool.
He knows he's listened once.
Just that one time.
The one time he listened.
Nice.
Number 5 I have as Akira.
Nice. I'm surprised it's that low, though.
Yep.
That's a good one. We did that on our show. I missed that episode, and I'm sad I did because nobody talked about the artwork when I was gone.
I was gonna say that it was the first animated movie to use the is a special thing that they did.
Sweet, dude.
They used,
Dropping some
I don't remember what it
knowledge.
was called.
It's hilarious. All right, dude.
With Tetsuo and Kaneda.
This one, number 4, is honestly a pretty new one, and it's tough to really call it anime.
Okay.
But Kingsglaive.
Kingslave. I never heard of that one.
That's the one that came out with Final Fantasy 15.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that.
I loved it.
Really?
Visually and everything else with it, I was blown away.
Wow.
Square Enix did an amazing job, and it's in my top 5.
Sweet.
Did you watch it subbed or dubbed?
It's dubbed. It's the
I know
main guy.
Aaron Paul.
Paul's the main guy, and then Lena Headey,
Oh,
Cersei from Game of
Cersei.
Thrones, is in it, and so is Sean Bean.
She gonna die. Oh, he died. does he? Spoilers for me. Nod once for yes if Sean Bean dies in this movie.
All right, well, have you played the game?
No.
All right, well, he plays the king.
Okay, yeah. Sean Bean's gonna die, so never mind.
Above that, number 3, I have Howl's Moving Castle.
Ooh, nice.
A Ghibli.
Yep,
Yeah,
that was my
Ghibli.
first movie of his that I ever watched,
Mine too, actually.
and it stuck.
That
Nice.
was the
Love it.
second one.
Do you like the Christian Bale voice acting on it?
Yes,
Okay.
but
Cool. Because that's kind of where people either make or break.
My thing is like when he's in like weird crow version, he totally does his Batman. He's like, "Get away from me!"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Okay, I get you, Bruce. I get
Actually,
you."
though, no. When he's Batman, he's doing his howl. Because I'm pretty sure he did that first.
Oh yeah, House came out before.
Right. All right, dude. What's your number 2?
Your Name.
Nice.
Gavin, congrats!
That's
Gavin
awesome.
is my number 2.
Yay! You're my favorite anime. He's not my favorite anime.
No, I'm not even close.
It
Sweet.
was just wonderful on every level.
Yeah. Now, I can't remember. Did you get to see it on the big screen?
Yes.
You did. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is phenomenal.
I watched it online the first time, I know, shame on me.
Theft.
Arr.
Shame.
Shame on
Shame.
me. But whenever I found out that it was going to air here, I took my wife to go see it.
Nice.
And
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
my number one. Oh, go
Real
ahead.
quick, do you have any honorable mentions?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
Captain Harlock, Space Pirate.
Never
I want
heard
to
of
see
that one
Captain
either.
Harlock. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, cool.
It's in my queue. I just haven't.
Sweet.
It's based off of old
watch it.
anime from the 80s, 90s.
Yeah,
And
it's in that same
Don't,
like
don't
Silver
say
Hawks.
old so predominantly when you talk about the 80s and 90s because I
We're talking
predate I
89.
predate both of those decades though. So come on, man.
Young-ish.
Old shaming.
It's from the young 80s and 90s.
It's a contemporary film based off of a contemporary show.
If the radio says that classic rock is the 80s, then it's old.
No, the classic rock stations play Pearl Jam and Nirvana now from the 90s.
That just means we're old.
All right, hit us with your number one, dude.
He wasn't done. Did you have
Oh,
anything
did
other
you have
than
more
Captain
honorable
Harlock?
mentions?
It's all CGI.
Oh, okay.
I will say that. But it surprised me.
Cool.
I saw a trailer for it, and I was like, what the heck is this? Mm-hmm. And I watched it when it finally came on Netflix and was thoroughly impressed.
Nice.
And
Princess
then...
Mononoke.
No.
No,
you
you know
suck,
what it
man.
is. It's that one that we've
I've
had on
been
our list.
trying-
forever.
I know what his number one is.
Oh.
I meant for his honorable mentions.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
You don't like Mononoke?
Actually, I haven't seen it.
Okay, we may. Okay, so
we gotta
what
stop
this
D&D
episode
tonight.
is now. Now knowing that this episode is actually just an audition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you aren't on the team yet.
Oh, man, all
So
right.
we need to.
You were doing fine, and then there's no Mononoke, so it's like, ooh, we may have to. We'll call you. Our
yeah.
people will call
Real
your
nice.
people.
Yeah.
Yep. I know it hurts, but I've not seen it.
Well, we'll change that.
Yep.
All right.
And then my number one is one that I've been trying to get you two to watch
Yeah.
forever since you guys started
Yep.
this podcast.
For a year.
Yes, over a year I've been trying to get you guys to watch this. The music, I love it so much. I actually had the music play at my wedding.
That's hardcore right there.
Yeah. Sword of the Stranger.
Yes.
Which is available on Funimation.
It is, huh?
Yeah, Funimation now.
We need to do it. Okay, so now that we're...
I
okay.
think it's on the list.
Yeah, well, if it's not, we need to
sometime
make
in the-
sure it is.
I think it's in the list for like something in November, maybe.
Really?
I think.
Well, I've got the list right here, so...
I mean, yeah. Let's go ahead and do it while we're on the podcast. So, see, this is
So
this
it's-
is what
so
Gavin
it's on
does
wax.
for
Gives
us.
them something
this
to
is,
look forward
This is
to,
what
though.
Gavin does. I make him vamp sometimes when I have to look stuff up, and now he's like, "This episode, I'm gonna make Josh vamp."
No, you don't have to vamp. You can edit this out. You do what you want.
I
man.
don't edit anything.
Yeah, you do.
You're
No.
totally
You
vamping.
do a great job editing.
You're vamping
don't
like
do
crazy.
that.
Actually-
fangs.
I don't edit at all.
Actually, I gotta say, like,
I'm sparkly.
you're really hitting your stride with this editing thing because
thank you.
I walk out of here sometimes thinking, "Oh man, that was rough," and then I listen to the episode and I was like, "Dude, you edited us to sound amazing."
I try.
You do a good job.
Good thing you won't have to edit anything with me because I sound amazing all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
So
fair
we're just gonna keep
already.
your mic aside and be like, "That one's done. When you have
Yep,
to touch it."
Exactly.
Well, we didn't do December, so it's in December.
Right.
Congratulations, December.
Finally.
We may be able to work it in before then. I think now that you're kind of in the fold, we need to make that happen. We've been saying we would for, a year now.
It's been a while.
When did we do that last thing where it was like, "Hey, send us what you want us to watch"?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of his.
That was when we did it.
That was one of my suggestions.
Yeah.
But even before that,
That was
Yeah.
for
Like,
audience
I went up to him
appreciation
at work.
April.
Oh
And-
yeah,
but
we
then
asked
he
for those
was
back in
telling
February.
me about it when I first told them about the podcast last July. So, yeah, we need to get on that.
it's like, hey, I have a podcast. Sword of the Stranger.
You don't even know what our podcast is about.
It's like, I don't care.
It's about basketball.
Yeah,
Sword of the Stranger.
Stranger. Then I recommend that basketball one and that volleyball one
Yep.
and the baseball one. What's it called?
Kuroko's basketball.
Yeah,
They play basketball in your name.
Haikyuu is the volleyball one.
yeah.
There's a swimming one. There's
Free.
there's
We
a
can watch
bike one.
free.
There's a ping pong one. I know
There is
about
ping
that
pong,
one.
conveniently named
Yeah.
Ping Pong the animation.
Yeah.
And there's a rugby one. Rugby
There is a
and,
rugby.
and soccer.
There's also
Surely it's Japan, so surely there's a cricket one.
there is an American football one called Ice Shield, and it's about a university in some university in Japan that they're playing American football,
Weird.
and it's like dude.
Who do they play against? Are there other teams?
Yeah,
Nice.
Awesome.
it's like the Canadian Football League. When they have football in Canada.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've watched the basketball one, the rugby one, and the soccer and all this, and the rugby one's good. I
Really?
played rugby. And
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I know what they're talking about, and
There's
it's
Nice.
legit. Like,
There's
Nice.
good. There's really good soccer ones.
I'm
And
not
there's some bad
surprised by
ones.
that.
There's bad soccer
There's
ones.
really bad ones.
There's really good
boxing,
baseball ones. There's
the Hajime no Ippo.
yeah.
Man.
And Baki the Grappler.
Nice.
That's a little judo.
I still gotta say probably one of my favorites out of just sports in general though is Kuroko's basketball.
They got a dog. It's a cute little husky.
Yeah, we've got that here. It's called Air Bud.
Figure skating, Yuri on Ice.
Yep, you're on ice.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not surprised that there's figure skating anime.
That was good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I didn't watch Yuri on Ice.
It was
I wanted to
good.
watch Free, but then I couldn't watch it in the living room because Brady would make fun of me. So I was like, nah, I can't watch Free. A bunch
That's
of shirtless guys swimming and glistening on their abs. Be like,
It's like,
Maybe.
but look at my abs.
maybe we wait on this one. Maybe we wait.
This is a watch in the bedroom kind of show.
This is watching the bedroom door closed.
Yeah.
Nope,
Nice.
I'm stopping.
And we lost Corey. That's good.
Well, no,
One and done.
just like the bedroom episode.
So, Gavin, where can everybody find you?
Everybody can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Gavin Otteson Art and on my website, GavinOttesonArt.com.
Corey.
Facebook. You can find me on Facebook and on Twitter at Sane711. I
Nice.
need to actually make one with my name.
I thought you did. Is it Instagram? You're on Instagram,
Yeah,
right?
your Instagram
yeah,
is-
Instagram is at Corey Seals.
Okay.
But he's
nice.
one of those guys that has it like locked or whatever.
That's SEALS,
Yeah,
right?
like art.
The amazing animal. Yes.
Yeah.
Josh?
You can find me on where is it? You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh L. Kane. You can find the podcast on Instagram at Animation Station Podcast.
On Twitter at Animate Podcast.
And
I
online
didn't-
at the Google Animation Station.
Yeah, I don't know why I pointed to you.
Yeah.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter. You can find us on Facebook at Animation Station Podcast.
On our website, animationstationpodcast.com.
You can also go to our Tumblr and
Oh, yes.
tumble us.
Just be safe when you tumble.
Yeah, be safe.
You
Always
can
use
subscribe on
Tumplexion. Nope.
Wow. You can subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher. You can leave us reviews.
Please leave us
do
reviews.
so. We need to climb that ladder.
Exactly.
Yep. And you can listen to our episodes there, or you can go to the podcast tab on our website.
Yep. And shout out to the Elijah Bailey Show for hitting 800 followers on Instagram. Congrats, guys.
Yeah, congrats.
We need to do something with them because they seem like cool cats.
Yeah?
They're not actual cats; they're people.
You
But
got my hopes up.
I'm sorry. If they're
Man.
if there's a cat podcast out there, like actually run by cats, that would be pretty cool. But no, yeah, we should do something with the Elijah Bailey Show. They're pretty cool.
Okay,
I
cool.
listen to them. They're good.
Nice. I like that.
That was it. That's all we got.
Sweet. Crash and burn.
All right.
Unless you got another
I
thing
got
you want to
nothing
talk
else.
about. Corey?
Anybody have anything?
Good?
Again,
Let's go
thank
slay
you
some
for
dragons. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Let's go roll our characters for
Yes.
the new
Let's do it.
campaign. You're not a DM anymore.
It's really strange.
Player.
He has to be
Yeah.
a player.
I get to be a player.
He has to be a player.
Yeah, we wouldn't let you get away.
Yeah.
You would have to play with
well,
us.
thank
You
you.
have to play now.
Nice.
All right. So, for the Animation Station podcast, I'm Josh.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Corey.
Bye-bye, little butterfly.
Made you look.
Toodaloo.
Yours is going to be too...
I love it. That's my thing.
Thank you for listening to the Animation Station podcast. Follow us on
Okay, wait.
Wait.
Before we go, I forgot last episode
Almost
to talk
forgot
about
this episode.
a movie that I just went and watched, and I almost forgot about it again on this
We
episode,
said that already.
and I think that may explain a lot. So 2 weeks ago, I went and saw Despicable Me 3, and then promptly forgot about it for 2 weeks. So that's basically the long and short of my review.
Oh, jeez.
It was okay, but
How was Steve Carell as Steve Carell?
he was great. He's fantastic. He's the best thing about those movies.
What about Trey Parker?
But I mean, he was decent. But I mean, his character didn't really
Okay.
do much.
What
I
about
didn't
Kristen Wiig?
think.
Did you finally see her
Yeah,
wig?
there wasn't much to it.
Was she
That's
in
the
there?
thing. It's like I
didn't
just
know
felt
Kristen Wiig
like
was in that movie.
I felt like there was really not much of a point to this movie. It was
How was
better than
Miranda
the second one.
Cosgrove?
I don't know who that is.
She's the oldest daughter with
Oh,
glasses.
the daughters were fine, but
Were
it's
they
like
in it a lot?
this is a story that really shouldn't have had sequels. Like that first movie was really
perfect.
good and
Yeah.
it was perfect, and all these other ones, it's like, oh, we're gonna try and shove the cute girls in your face, the minions in your face, and more villains in your face, and it's more the same, and it's not. It's just not as good, man. I was disappointed.
That's sad.
Yeah, but
But don't worry, that franchise will still make money.
yeah,
Of
they'll
course.
probably still make 3 or 4 more.
I think they just hit they hit something recently where it's the largest grossing animated franchise of all time.
What?
I
Yeah.
can't believe that it's beating Shrek.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, dude, it's Despicable Me.
Huh? Probably because of that Minions.
Minions.
movie.
Exactly. The
100%
Minions
has to be
one.
the Minions. Kids
That's
go
crazy
way
though,
money.
because Shrek's got like 2 in the top 10, and then it's got Puss in Boots and
Did Puss in Boots do well?
yeah, all the sheep ran off that cliff.
Jeez.
Tell us how you really
I think
feel.
Shrek is awful, and I can't believe it's such a titanic success.
Well, guess what, guys? Guess what? In December, Shrek the Halls.
Shrek the Halls.
That's a
man.
movie,
Anyway,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is. Yeah. So
You're gonna love.
on that
December.
bombshell, I think we can wrap it up.
Thank you for listening to the Animation Station Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Animation Station Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Animate Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes and join the conversation at SecretSuperheroClub.com, where you can connect with our podcast friends, Cloud City Cast, Getting Into Comics, and Shaun of the Gathering.
Thank you.